Arcadian Vanguard presents the Wrestling News in your daily wrestling newscast for Monday, January 15th, 2024. Good morning, I'm Mike Sempervive. We begin today with WWE SuperShow live event last night at the Event Center in Rio Rancho, New Mexico. In the main event, Seth Rollins retained the WWE World Heavyweight title with a pinfall victory over Drew McIntyre. Including house shows and televised events, Rollins has now defended this version of WWE's world title 60 times. The penultimate bout of the evening saw Shotzi defeat WWE Women's Champion Io Sky by disqualification due to interference by the rest of Damage Control. As a result, a 6-woman tag team match was made, which saw Shotzi joined by Becky Lynch and Bianca Belair to knock off the team of Sky, Asuka, and Kairi Sane. In other results from the show, Cody Rhodes defeated Shinsuke Nakamura in a street fight, Ricochet beat Bronson Reed, Dominic Mysterio and JD McDonough defeated the Creed brothers, AJ Styles pinned Solo Sikoa, Omos defeated Akira Tozawa, and in the opener, Jey Uso defeated Damian Priest. Tonight's Monday Night Raw is in Little Rock, Arkansas, where bitter Arctic cold has descended upon the region. According to the National Weather Service, a winter storm warning is in effect through this evening and may make traveling into the area difficult. Turning to Japan, the country's oldest active championship changed hands yesterday in Yokohama, with Atsushi Onita and Toei Kojima defeating Hideki Okatani and Yukio Sakaguchi to win the All-Asia Tag Team title. Contested under deathmatch rules, the bout took place as the main event of DDT's New Year's Current Blast 2024. The All-Asia Tag Team title has been sanctioned by All Japan Pro Wrestling since 1976, but dates further back to the 1950s when it was one of the original titles promoted by Rikidozan's Japanese Wrestling Association. And in news from outside the ring, Alpha NOI, one half of the original Wild Samoans, was released from the hospital yesterday after a health scare, according to an official statement from NOI's WXW Wrestling. NOI had reportedly been hospitalized after suffering 2 mild heart attacks coupled with pneumonia. It's not known how long he had been under treatment. Said NOI in the statement, quote, "I kicked out at 1, end quote. And before we leave you today, we'd like to remind you that however you consume your content, you can find the wrestling news 24 hours a day and 7 days a week across social media. On Twitter, follow us at Wrestling News AV. Our Facebook page is also Wrestling News AV. The Wrestling News can also be found on the Arcadian Vanguard YouTube page. And for those who utilize Amazon Echo devices, just tell Alexa to play the Wrestling News podcast. And remember to make sure you add podcast at the end. Once again, for daily updates, breaking news, and more, follow the Wrestling News across social media. And that's the news for today. If anything happens, we will be here to tell you about it. No clickbait, no paywall, just the Wrestling News. The Wrestling News is a division of Arcadian Vanguard, and the Wrestling Newscast is a production of the Arcadian Vanguard Podcast Network.